G'day, welcome to my top 5 video where I answer the question, where is the best place for you to base your character for fast, efficient completion of your daily writs, research and other crafting activity. Now, if your character happens to be a newer character and you need to do writing training, for example, every day, or perhaps you need to clear out your bag space because bag space is a little bit tight, then don't worry, I've got all of you covered as well with supplementary lists at the end of the video. Now, previous videos have surveyed every single city right throughout Tamriel, and I arrived at a short list of the very best cities. Not surprisingly, each of the expansion chapters is represented, plus I've got a surprise inclusion. There's one extra city which was in the original launch of ESO way back whenever. In fact, that's where we're going to first.
Honourable mention to rawl'kha. This Reaper's March city was a boon for the old Merry Dominion back in the very early days of ESO before we had one Tamriel. rawl'kha was a massive advantage to the Yellow Banner players. Nothing from the Ebonheart Pact or Daggerfall Covenant comes close to the level of amenity afforded to players who make rawl'kha their crafting base. It is present in this video because I have supplementary top 5s at the end of the video which are arguably more realistic as they take into account more likely day-to-day scenarios of players. Once you need a writing trainer, guild vendors, multiple bank visits, vendor visits, and even an outlaw's refuge, then rawl'kha leaps into reckoning, as we'll see later. Everything bar the crafting is centered around the wayshrine. Eleanor deserves a mention too. It tracks evenly with Solitude in terms of speedruns. Oh, while I'm at it, I use standardized speedruns to provide a baseline for comparison. Yes, Eleanor has a special crafting and writ pavilion and nearby writ turn-in crates, but that's it. Everything else is a significant ride away. It is particularly tiresome if you haven't maxed your riding speed. Yeah, the riding trainer is quite a hike away too. Number 5 is Solitude, nestled in the cold hills of western Skyrim and a place where Nords would feel right at home. You'd think that Eleanor would sneak past Solitude because those doors to the Solitude crafting rooms are annoying. It's so very even. It really depends on what you are doing on the day. Our supplementary top 5s at the end of the video will make this more apparent, given that the Solitude Bank, riding trainer, fence and vendors are much more convenient. But then Eleanor's guild vendor cluster around the wayshrine does shade Solitude. Last time I had Eleanor above Solitude, but this time the positions are reversed. It's just so very subjective. Rimmen at number 4 is a great city for you to base your crafting characters. A nice efficient route to all the crafting benches is possible, and Writ boards are located within the crafting pavilion, of course. The riding trainer is a little way off, and access to a vendor means backtracking to the pavilion or a vendor near the bank, which itself is a ride away, and a fence quite some ride away as well. Guild vendors for emergency crafting materials are handy, but the ride to the Writ crates is a little tiresome also. I have ever used Rimmen as my base, and I've done hundreds, possibly thousands of runs in total for my characters. You see, there's a master loot crate in the bank, and it is on an extremely fast respawn timer, and the guard's pathing is predictable. Pity the outlaw refuge is so far away. I also like the immersion of the crafting area in Rimmen. Eleanor, for example, is too sterile and smacks of designers lacking imagination. Note also that there are no doors in Rimmen, save for the bank.
Want to walk.
Brand new crafting hub at Gonfalon Bay has stormed into the top 3. Congratulations. Love how we can just leap off the ledge to get to our Writ boards. And once inside, we've got all the crafting stations and an outfit or two like Rimmen. And there's that immersion again. Oh, doesn't it just feel like a crafting hall where the best artisans and craftspeople from across the Sisters have come to meet, craft and trade? And that quick turnaround and leap down to the hand-in crates, oh so convenient. On the way up the hill to the bank, we pass a vendor for our Writ crate trash, and outlaws are near the crates if need be.
I saw it myself. The light at Gonfalon Head went out right around the same time as that storm. They say rogue knights threaten.
Leoween is at number 2 on pure brute force. It gives the fastest results for a speed run, shading Vivek City, but there are provisos. Oh, before I go too far, note the optimal pathing there. Through the arch I went left to the equipment board, did the woodworking, then grabbed the consumable Writs and so on. Yeah, Leoween is great if you're purely doing Writs, crafting, Writ hand-ins, one visit to the bank, then back to the wayshrine, as per my speed runs. But how many of you do that? Let's be real here. I oftentimes need to recheck back at the bank, or go back to the crafting benches, deconstruct a Writ reward, or I need to sell my Writ trash to a vendor, and so on. Once you factor in those things, Leoween plummets down the list. Oh, riding training, that alone will have Leoween at the bottom of the shortlist, as the trainer is located outside of town.
There's an urgent task for you.
Once again, Vivek City is number 1. Yes, the ride to the crafting area is longer than that of Leowin, but once there we have a one-stop shop for a thorough crafting and Writ session. Doesn't matter if you need to revisit the bank or revisit a crafting station or vendor trash or even fenced items or do some riding training, Vivek City has it all. Straight onto the supplementary lists. I've conformed to the YouTube meme. Now let's get down to business. Players with new characters will also be training riding every 20 hours, but realistically once daily along with their crafting research and tasks. We also need to clean out our bags, ready for or after a hard day's questing or whatever. Factoring in riding training and vendors alters the list a lot. Vivek City, as I said, has it all. It's a no-brainer. Go there anytime and there will be people crafting. The community has voted. Look at Gonfalon Bay at number 2 and then rawl'kha, believe it or not. I promised you it was relevant at the start of the video. If you need a fence and don't like Vivek City, then choose rawl'kha as second best. Rimmen is a solid 4th, but far from optimal here. There is no 5th. If you need a rededication shrine for your attribute or skill points, then Rimmen is the best by far. If you need an outfitter, then again Rimmen, but also Gonfalon Bay too. Now, sometimes we need to quickly log in and do a circuit of the crafting benches to get our research done. Like me, you might have set multiple alarms on your phone. Oh God, I'm a gaming geek. Yes, they are all number 1. Base yourself here and you'll be very happy indeed if research and deconstruction is all that matters. That's it from me, my new top 5. Thank you very much for watching. I'd love for you to comment below. Do you agree or disagree with my assessments? I'm really keen to know your thoughts. Thanks again. This is your spicy pensioner gaming geek signing out for now.